In this video we're going to be checking over this Minolta SRT 102 35mm film SLR camera, and this one is equipped with a 50mm f1.7 prime lens. I don't have a lens cap for it, but it will come with this filter on the front. And I thought what we'd do is just go through and I'll show you the condition of it, hopefully as if you were looking at this yourself. I'm going to step down through the shutter speeds. Here's 1 1,000th, 1 500th, 1 250th, 1 125th, 1 60th, 1 30th, 1 15th, 1 8th, 1 4th, 1 half, and 1 full second. I heard on that 1 half it didn't quite sound very strong at the end. Let's do that again. There, did it again. Okay, on the full 1 second, there, it did it there too. Yeah, so it's a little sluggish on the slow speeds, which is very common on these. So it looks like down to 1/8, 1/4, 1 half. Again, we'll try it. That time it sounded good. 1 full second. That sounded pretty good, so it might just be that it has to be exercised more often. On the B setting, so that seemed okay. So you can tell the shutter was a little bit sluggish at some of the slower speed, or the slower shutter speeds. Let's check the stop down button here. That works. Note this has, if you're used to some of the later SRT series, the 102 was much like the 101, where it took 2 pushes. One to stop it down and lock it in the stop down position, and then 1 more push to open it back up. So that's working as it should be. Let's try the self timer here. Pull that down and push this little button. And just let that finish its cycle. Okay, that's working. Let's take the lens off and look at that a little bit. This is the MC Rocker XPF. Pretty heavy lens, nice smooth focus, nice clicks on the aperture ring. We set it at f16. You can see the blades are quick and snappy. When I look down in there, I don't see any oil on them from either side. Looks pretty good. If we open these up and shine an LED flashlight through, I don't expect you to see this real well on the video, so I'm going to look. I do see a little bit of haze in there and some internal dust. No real heavy, ugly fungus, but it does have a little bit of haze. So be aware of that. Let's set that aside and look at the body here. The 102 was, in my opinion, one of the best of the SRT series. I learned photography on the 201, which is similar, but this was a upgrade from the 101 to add primarily this full view viewfinder, where this little port right here looks down at the aperture ring on the lens, and you can see that number inside there. So in addition to seeing the shutter speed along the bottom of the viewfinder, you can see the aperture along the top. So that's really nice. Things to look at here: metal aperture follower ring, and it's sprung well, so that's in good condition. The mirror lockup, that works properly. You can see how that works. And just looking at the the foam that the mirror flips up against, it looks old. At some point that would probably need to be replaced. Let's look around the back here. In pretty good condition. We'll pull up on the rewind knob to open the back. And there, it's open. So now let's actuate this a few times. We can watch the film transport. So that looks pretty good. Feeling the door edges, I don't really feel much, just a little bit of residue along there, so it doesn't seem like the light seals are printing off too much there on the edges. On the bottom, this one does have the kind of textured thumb wheel for the battery compartment. I put a battery in there, and then I turned this to battery check, over here like that, and I saw the needle came down to the box indicating the battery worked. And then if you turn it off and on, it was responsive to light. I did not check it for accuracy. One of the things to know about the SRT series is that the battery that gets used in this is not available anymore in the same voltage that it was back when this camera was made, and things need to be done to compensate for that, and there's lots to read about that, so I invite you to research that. But anyway, we can put the lens back on, mounts in place, and it comes with this wide strap, still in pretty good condition. Still some elasticity in these film holder areas, so they would probably hold a roll of film. Generally looks pretty good. It's adjustable. So all in all, a reasonably good example of the SRT 102. Maybe a little bit sluggish at the slow shutter speeds, and a little bit of haze in the lens, as we saw.